So, you made a beautiful brisket, and now you've got leftovers. I'm Parker the Viking, and today I'm going to share with you my top secret recipe for brisket chili. This recipe will be a hit, and I personally guarantee it will make you the favorite person at your next cookout. Make sure you stick around because this is the one and only time I'm going to share with you my secret ingredient. First things first, we need to assemble our ingredients. 2 pounds of brisket chopped, spices, 1 large diced onion, minced garlic to your liking, tomato paste, 15 ounces of tomato sauce, 30 ounces of diced tomatoes, and 2 cans of kidney beans. Get your pot good and hot and add a healthy amount of olive oil. Once your oil is hot, add your onions and let them sweat. Give them a good stir, making sure they're nice and coated in oil. And add a big pinch of kosher salt to help the onions break down and soften. Make sure to stir them fairly often so they're not sticking to the bottom of the pot. And once the onions have taken on some color, add your garlic and let that fry for about 30 seconds. Once the garlic has become fragrant, go ahead and add about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. You're going to want to stir that up and let it fry for another 30 seconds or so it releases some of its oils. Now it's time to toast your spices. Just dump them in there all at once and give them a good stir to completely combine with the tomato paste, onions, and garlic. It's okay if a little bit sticks to the bottom of the pan because we're going to deglaze in a little bit. Time to get that brisket into the pot. As you can see, I'm doing a double batch here because I'm making this brisket chili for our D&D game. Get that brisket all stirred up so that it's combined with the onions, the garlic, and the spices. Now it's time for my secret ingredient, a dry, high ABV stout. Today, I'm using Left-Handed Brewing's Wake Up Dead, a 10.2% ABV Russian Imperial Stout. Get it all stirred together and combined, making sure to scrape the bottom of the pan and give the beer time to lose its carbonation. Now it's time to get everybody else into the pot. Diced tomatoes, tomato sauce, and finally the beans. I drained one can, so we're only getting the aquafaba from one of the cans of beans. Stir it all up, and when you're done, put your lid on the pot and let it simmer for about an hour. After an hour, come back and give it another stir to make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom. As you can see, the chili has reduced quite a bit, so we're going to add some beef stock to bring the liquid back up. If you've got homemade stock, that's best, but store-bought will work if you need it. I'm using a full box because I've lost quite a bit of liquid. Now, if you are using store-bought stock, I like to also add some better than bouillon beef. It just gives the broth a better taste and mouthfeel. And lid back on for another hour or so. Now it's time to give the chili some body. I like to take 2 or 3 ladles of the chili and put it into a relatively straight-walled container. I'm doing this because it's time to bring out the immersion blender and we're going to puree what's in the container so that we can break down the starch. Now, I will tell you, this was very difficult to film and hold the container at the same time. And it's clear I have no idea where to put my hand. Not only is the chili very, very hot, but I also want to keep my hand as far away from the blades as possible and still let you see what's happening. Nope, don't let go. And just pour it back in and give it a good mix. So I do this because pureeing the beans will break down the starch and protein, which will help thicken up the chili. Now give it a taste, see if it's missing anything. And in my case, I needed to add some more salt. After another hour or so, stir it all up again, make sure nothing's sticking. And give it one last taste to make sure everything's well balanced. This last step is completely up to you, but since I'm taking this chili to D&D, I'm going to put it in a crock pot and set it to warm. It makes it easier to transport and lets it stay warm while at D&D. Well, there it is. The best brisket chili recipe you're ever going to see. I've got the ingredients listed out down below, minus the secret ingredient, of course. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and come hang out with me on Friday nights over on Twitch as I stream video games with my wife. Also, I've got a Patreon, so if you want to support the channel, that's the best way to do it. All of my social media is down in the description below. Have a great day, and remember, no matter what anyone tells you, there's no wrong way to drink your bourbon or eat your chili. Cheers. That's good chili.